Okay, so once again, welcome to my shop. Okay, so today we got a 2012 Yamaha 70 horse 4-stroke outboard. It's attached to an Alumacraft. Looks like maybe a 17-foot, maybe an 18-foot aluminum bass boat. Okay, it's the Pro LP 175, so 17.5 foot. I'm guessing they label it an 18. Nice little rig, but customers had it sitting for a while, and he says, I can't trim a motor, can't do anything, I got no power. I hooked up my battery charger, and doesn't seem to make a difference. Back here he has 3 batteries. 2 are for the trolling motor up front and 24 volt, and 1 is for the house. So I asked him a stupid question, did you turn the battery switch on? Well, he said I don't have one. So he was correct, there's no battery switch on this boat, and he claimed that the batteries are charged up, but when I check this battery here, I have got 0 volts, and that's actually too dead for any battery, to be honest. At this point, this battery's probably not going to come back up and most likely need to be replaced. Let me check one of the trolling motor batteries. We got 2.09. So it looks like he's let all these batteries drain super low. They're from June 2023. I believe they got a 2-year warranty, so he's just outside of warranty. And these batteries are all going to need to be replaced as far as I'm concerned. I am going to go ahead and put a battery on this, or charger on this house battery, so I can let it charge and try to be able to move the engine around and do a few things. He also wants to service this engine. It's been sitting a long time, so he wants to do an oil change, water pump, gear oil, spark plugs, fuel filters, etc. So that's what we're going to be doing on this boat, and seeing if we can bring her back to life. Oh, yes. Alright, so that is actually not the bilge pump. This is a relay clicking inside the engine. This is exactly the importance of having a battery switch. Could be a trim relay sticking in the up position or down. And when you don't have a battery switch and you can't shut your entire boat down when you're unattending it, sometimes these relays can activate. When they activate, they'll stay on until they burn your boat to the ground. So what gets me is I still don't understand how any boat manufacturer makes a boat without a battery switch. They sell them all the time, brand new. Okay, let's put the battery charge back on, see if we can see if it's a solenoid or what's making noise on the engine. There's definitely our relays up top. Okay, so we're going to disconnect the engine from this and put some charge on this battery. Okay, so now we're disconnected. Let's see if we can put some charge on this battery. I'm not going to be able to work on this motor till I get some charge on it. I need to also test his onboard battery charger. He says that he plugged it in for most of the day, and I still got 3 batteries at 0. So either he killed these batteries completely to where they won't come back and his charger does work, or his charger is no good and they were dead and never got any better. Okay, so after checking everything out, I put the charger on the main house battery. As soon as it started to charge, the trim motor started running on it. The relay is stuck in either up or down, I'm not certain yet. So I disconnect the engine, try to charge the battery a bit. But these batteries are beyond warranty. That battery is bad. The other two trolling motors, I found the decal and they're actually 2020, so 5 years is by all means ready to go. They're literally at 0 volts and they're 5 years old. So all three of these batteries we're going to replace. We're going to add a battery cutoff switch to the main house battery, and then I'm going to run a new breaker for the trolling motor side so that can be shut off as well. So we're getting 3 new batteries, cutoff switch and the breaker, wire this all back in, and then we will disconnect the relay on the engine and try to see what's going on with that, whether we need to replace the relay or did it hang up from low voltage. I'm not certain yet, but we'll get to that at that point. Right now we need to fix the electrical side of this boat so that we can move on to the engine and doing servicing and things like that. So I'm going to start pulling these batteries, and then we'll go see what we can find. Batteries out. We're going to have to place our order for the battery switch. Don't have a lot of space to put it. So I'm probably going to mount it. See if we can plot this out here, but the small amount of space given, and the customer has to have the ability as well to access this battery switch, otherwise it's no good. I'm probably going to place it right here on the other side of this fuel water separator. Alright, so we're back. Got 3 new Interstate Marine batteries, deep cycle. Got the battery switch. Got my circuit breaker for the trolling motor. Some screws to through bolt the battery switch. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is mount my circuit breaker over there on the left wall. Actually, a lot easier to mount these things without the batteries in. Ooh. Just caution, old man, you're gonna mess around and break a hip. Alright, let's find a nice place to make this accessible. We've got this much wire available. Alright, so we're gonna get in here and we drill this mount hole. No problem. Alright, find the screw that fell. And we're gonna run our bit. Pretty good now. This now is going to be running back behind the battery charger. Negative is going to go to our battery, and positive. Need to ditch this ganky breaker and change this connector as well. It really sucks. Let me see what we can do. First, remove the old and invite the new. Okay, so can we get a 10 gauge connector on there easily? If so, we'll run it. Possibly. Prefer to run thicker connection. I can get in a better terminal and more wiring. Make sure it's good connection. See if this giant heat shrink will actually conform down to that size. Highly doubt it. I'm very curious at this point. Not sure if you're able to see anything I'm doing here, so I'm going to try to set this camera inside of here and see if that makes it any better. Yeah, kinda. Alright, so I'm going to put my turn off the control motor on this side. Put our protective cap over this. And this is where our jumper is going to go to a closet full of battery. Turn this off for starters. Alright. And this wire is the plug-in for the trolling motor, or the charger.